Hey everybody, welcome to the POS Podcast. This is episode 130. We'll be talking about a lot of different things that have happened or premiered over the past couple of weeks. But first, before we get into that, how have y'all been the past couple of weeks?
Good. I've been fine. Yeah, I finally released my Goku Tough Like Tunes after so many years, so that was good. The very first part of it, so that was fun. I had a whole cool live stream for it, and I did a viewing, so that was cool. What else did I do?
Was that your first time doing a premiere?
Yeah, that was my very first time ever doing a premiere. Nice. So that was fun. The next one I'm going to do is my TMNT video, which I'm so close to like getting like stuff for, but it's just like Viacom's being a dick about certain things. So, like that's the only issue. But so far, that's good. That's good. So that'll be my next premiere. So hopefully, like in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, did that. Yeah, that's about it.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, I saw those Pixar movies that I had never seen before. Yeah, like I saw.
You're catching up with them.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of Pixar movies I never saw. So I saw a Ratatouille. I got to finish. I really liked that movie. Wall-E, I got to see. I really liked Wall-E. And then I watched with these two, The Good Dinosaur. And I was surprised, like because I heard so much like hate for that movie. I was like, oh, is this going to be just terrible? And I was like, oh, it was fun. It was enjoyable. Love the T-Rexes in the movie, and made me laugh. So, yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
They're the best part of the film, and then like they leave, and it's like, oh, the movie's not as good anymore.
Oh, aren't you the cutest little critter I ever did see?
Dinosaurs.
The storm provides.
Yeah, that should crack me up. No, like, okay, there's two scenes that crack me up in the movie. It's like the freaking Triceratops was like, look, come on now. I need that to give him to me. Like the Jared Leto horse or whatever the fuck he was. And then there was like the fucking scene with they're like, yeah, we're trying to find any hurt critters. Oh, thank you.
They all have like Minnesotan accents too.
Yeah, you betcha. And then they fucking just like rip it apart. Yeah, this scene was funny, and I thought the movie was just like, it was fun. Now I have to see what else do I have to watch? I might have to rewatch Up, but like every time I watch it, I laugh.
Tag me in, coach.
Okay, I'll see. Or you know what? Maybe I'll watch it with both of you and be like, okay, so what am I supposed to feel in this scene right now?
Real sad,
No, because I know like everyone's gonna be crying at the first 10 minutes, and I'm gonna be just giggling like, oh, my fucking idiot friend. Because that is the scene. Like for people in the chat, I feel so bad for this, but I always mention this story. But like the first time I saw Up was in the theater with like my friend who was not paying attention at all. So like I went to go get snacks because I wasn't super invested in seeing Up. I was like, okay, whatever, I'll go see it. And so like I see them as kids, and then I come back in with my snacks, and then she was like gone, spoiler. And so like I asked my friend what happened, and this shows how my friend was. Like he was on his phone like texting some girl, which you shouldn't be on your phone in the theater anyways, but he's just like, I was like, oh, what happened, bro? Oh, she fell down a hill or something. I was like, oh, that sucks, man. So like every time I see the movie now, that my idiot friend, I just remember that. And so like I should be feeling sad, but I just cackle like oh my god, how did you miss this, you dumbass?
She fell down a hill.
She fell down a hill or something. It's just like,
sorry, it's terminal.
Yeah. He was not paying attention. Okay, he was so I love you if you're watching this.
One of my worst theater experiences was seeing 300, because there was this guy that was just on his phone like talking during the movie. It was like a super crowded movie. But yeah, this was like when cell phones were like really starting to take off too in the mid 2000s. So people just wanted to be on the phone everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, they was. That happened with what was it, that Will Smith I Am Legend movie where someone like had to call on their phone because like some guy fell asleep and they didn't know who he was and they didn't want to leave him alone. He was just like, I'm sorry people, but it was like a quiet scene. It was stupid. Oh god.
What about you, Hero? What have you been doing?
I've been playing Pump It Up and playing Final Fantasy and working. Wow, so different from all the other weeks. I'll be purchasing Sakuna of Rice and Ruin tomorrow, though, and I'm excited to play that.
The what now?
Yeah, Sakuna of Rice and Ruin.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's like Run Factory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Saber, what about you?
Laura came to visit, hung out with her. Matt visited and just left today.
Really?
Yeah, he was hanging out with me. He arrived on Thursday and left on today. And then been playing Pikmin 3, been working on videos.
Yeah, I saw you you're making some progress on the Josh from the Promised Land thing.
Yeah, finally making some headway on that. It's taken a while. That's just all logistically a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot. But and I feel like the final product's gonna be worth it. And God, what else is there to say? Dude, I'm playing those Pikmin 3 challenge missions now. That's like Weenie Hut Jr. versus like the Salty Spittoon. What SpongeBob?
Yeah, I do want to talk to you about that. If you want.
Yeah, I guess we did watch that.
Yeah, we did watch that bullshit. I mean, sorry, with SpongeBob movie. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I guess we can go into topics. Before we go into topics, though, if you want to ask questions,
we're gonna talk about Over the Garden Moon, right? I mean, over the fucking moon.
Over the moon. Yeah, but
bad, stupid.
Yeah, but before we go into the topics, yeah, if you want to ask questions, you can use a super chat. We already have quite a few in there, so your questions will be prioritized if you use super chat, and you can also ask us on Twitter with our Twitter handles. So first thing, since you brought it up, Saber, Pikmin 3 came out after the last podcast, and I was actually playing some of those missions today too, because I was doing some of the side stories. I think I'm on like the second to last side story where you got to get one of the ship parts.
Yeah, there's the two side stories with Oliver and Louis and the president.
Yeah,
one's like getting sides the like I don't know, it's like challenges and then the little mission objectives.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. I like them. I actually prefer them more than the campaign. The campaign is more like here's your Play-Doh, do with it as you wish, try to beat the game. Yeah. And there's a lot larger maps and things going on.
Yeah, I haven't tried the campaign on a higher difficulty yet, though.
Oh yeah, higher difficulties aren't there. But the missions where it's like battle enemies, that's where it gets hard.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty fun. I'd like to, next time I visit, I want to play those in co-op.
How do you do it with little controllers? I don't even know. I mean, I know there's a way, but like to me, it's like I need a. Oh, by the way, playing it in the mobile form is pretty great. I have to give credit to the Switch for it feels good to run around with. Like I'm sitting in my bed playing Pikmin. I'm like a little kid with my Game Boy.
Yeah. Yeah. The good news about Pikmin is that it is, as far as like sales in Japan, is the highest like selling game in the franchise at launch. So
good.
There's hope for like the continuation of the franchise.
I hope so. It's a fun franchise.
So yeah, Pikmin 3 Deluxe. It's great. Even if you've never played a Pikmin game and you've been interested, you don't need to know the other two games to go into it, because the story is like very loosely tied to the other two.
Yeah, and it's just a bunch of little humans running around a planet with monsters and ants.
Yeah.
Plant ants.
So there's a couple of movies that came out last time that we didn't talk about. One of them I actually watched, like I think it was like the day after we had our podcast, and that was Borat 2.
You watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
What'd you think?
There's a lot of moments in there where it's like so much secondhand cringe. And
in a good way or a bad way?
Both, kind of, because it's like, oh yeah, so much cringe, and like I'm embarrassed for my country, like for the things that like Sacha Baron Cohen like reveals about the way people act. Especially with that whole controversy with Rudy Giuliani that happened. I was like, oh shit, that was a real thing. So yeah.
Damn. Okay, so is it like just as good as the first one then?
Yeah, it's almost like more telling than the first one as far as like the way Americans behave.
Mm-hmm. All right, okay, that's good. I'll finish it then because I only watched like the first, I want to say like quarter of the movie, so I didn't get a chance to finish it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. But yeah, it's kind of hard to watch, and that is like you feel secondhand embarrassment for like other people.
Oh, okay. Well, like the first one, and then like what was it? Bruno did that too, where it's just like, oh my god, it's just like Jesus Christ. Nice.
The other thing that came out last time that I hadn't seen, but I think Saber watched it. But now all of us have seen it, and that's Over the Moon. Came on Netflix, and which is a co-production between Glenn Keane Productions, who Glenn Keane was a former animator at Disney, and Pearl Studios, who have worked with DreamWorks on different movies like Kung Fu Panda 3. And
Paleo, is that like I think the animation was done by Sony.
Yeah, Sony ImageWorks also worked on it. Not Sony Animation Studios, but like Sony ImageWorks. So it was a big collaborative effort with this.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, it was good. Like the way it started out, and once like the first song started, I was like, oh, this already feels like a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Dead parents and all.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because I remember I watched this because like Paleo was just like, you want to watch this movie? And I was just like, okay, yeah, sure. And like I was like, I have no idea what this is. I was just like, you know what? I need something to take my mind off that. So thankfully it did. And so we were just watching it, and I was just like, oh, okay, so this is gonna be like a slice of life. Oh, they're in space. Okay, and I was just like, this is interesting. And then like I thought it was like really like. I was enjoying the film. Like I was liking all the characters so far. Like I thought that little kid would get on my nerves, but he didn't. And then like he had like, in my opinion, like that was my favorite song in the movie, even though that Luminary freaking Lady Gaga song was fucking badass as hell. Like the songs were just snapping. They were just like, oh, this is fire. Oh my God. Like I've had them on repeat. And then like that goddess was thick, and so like, I liked it. So yeah,
I liked it a lot because I used to play Smite, which like is a MOBA with gods and goddesses in it, and I used to play Chang'e. She was pretty busted for a little bit, and Hou Yi was also in there, but it was kind of forgettable. But so like I knew a little bit of lore about both of them, and I had no idea that was like what this movie was about. So I was like, oh, yeah. Chang'e. What's up, girl? It's been a minute. So that was fun getting to see like the character that I had played in a game. Actually like a real story that Chinese people tell, right? But yeah, as Jax. Well, first of all, as Jax said, I had no idea what to expect, so I got into it and I saw this like it's basically a Disney movie. Like
it's like it has like so many former like Disney people like working on it. So yeah.
Why does the rabbit's eyes look so why did they make them so gorgeous? Why did they do that? Like,
you know what's interesting actually is I remember Lauren Faust made a post a while ago. She was like, has there ever been an instance where there's a female animal sidekick? And not really. Like definitely the minority, if anything, for a Disney film. And I was trying to think of like other outside Disney films, and even then it's kind of difficult. It's interesting how most comedy side characters are usually guys, and I guess guys with physical comedy to most people they just find it funnier for whatever reason that's the case or whatever, or at least not the case. What
about the?
Does she mean for just movies? Does she mean for like just movies or shows as well?
I think she means mostly for movies. I know that shows have there's a lot more shows, and I think there's a few more show exceptions. But
yeah, because Kipo has that pig that's a girl.
There you go. They're starting. They're doing Toy Story 4. Bo Peep had a little like police officer sidekick girl, which is nice. But then what I'm getting is the rabbit was a girl, and I'm like, oh, that's different. There's the green rabbit who seemed kind of just he was there.
Yeah,
but
he's strong as rabbit. Yeah, he had to be there. Otherwise, it would be inaccurate.
Right.
Inaccurate, quote unquote.
Historically accurate, please.
Right.
Yeah.
Is Moana's pig a boy or a girl? I can't remember.
Boy.
It's a boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember when they like faked you out that the pig was going to be the main one and it was the chicken?
Yeah, the chicken. Yeah.
Like, can we get the pig back, please? I like the pig better. But yeah, it was surprising. Like, I wasn't ready to watch a movie without quality at all because we had just watched Sponge on the Run like the day before. I was like, oh, probably.
I think people in the chat are misinterpreting what Lauren Faust said about like female sidekicks. We're talking about like female animal sidekicks to princesses, not like the type of sidekicks you're listing.
Yeah, like Esmeralda's goat was a sidekick, I guess, but she's not a Disney princess, right? She's just a hot ass chick. So yeah.
And the goat was a boy.
Wait, what? Right. Because remember, like that gargoyle, the gargoyle was trying to get with the goat, and
the gargoyle is gay.
If they are, whatever.
And last thing to say about Overlord is Ultra Luminary, the song.
Yeah, it's great.
It's so
that song is good. The rap song with the DBZ fight is great. Yeah, most of the songs, and like even at the end, like that song about like, oh, it's okay to love someone, but let them go if they're gone, and it's just like that was beautiful.
I was surprised by the little green character, Gobi. I was like, oh, he's gonna be like an annoying character. I was
Gobi, like the Gobi Desert.
Shut up.
I'm guessing that's what it is.
I thought it was like the meal, the Asian meal.
I don't know.
Gobi or something. I don't know.
Well, like Google because that's Korean.
Okay, and they were Chinese in the. Were the Chinese or Japanese?
I'm gonna say it like that.
But yeah, good movie.
Yeah,
with good lessons and nice animation.
Likable characters.
Very surprised. Actually, likable characters for real. Though. All the characters that I was expecting to hate, I was like, oh, I don't hate them. How about that?
Yeah, that boy, I thought he was gonna like annoy me, like just fucking all the time. Like I thought that was just gonna be like, oh god, here we go. And he's like, oh no, he's actually pretty cool kid. Pretty cool kid.
Also, that aunt, never mind.
That aunt was thick, and she was voiced by Lena from DuckTales and freaking the Asian girl from Close Enough, and then she's doing a lot of voice actors. Yeah,
Richard Rat in the chat said a gay Doyle.
Yeah. That's a gay oil. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna talk about that bullshit next.
Yeah. So SpongeBob, Sponge on the Run. We've all seen it, even though it's not released in the US yet.
Because we're pirates like One Piece. Where's my straw hat?
It released on international Netflix, but not on Netflix in US or Canada. Even though it's already released in theaters in Canada.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, this movie, like, honestly, I don't
know what Viacom's thinking. Like, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna wait until we put it on our own Paramount Plus, like months later. It was like everybody's not gonna care.
So
anybody who does care has already seen it now.
So what you guys think? Because like Matt and I watched it, and I want to see y'all think before I say.
Okay, so this I think I didn't like it as many as these two. Like, okay, because to me, I thought, all right, animation wise, I thought like it was pretty cool stylistically, just the way it looked. But then like when it got down straight to like the Western part, it just dropped for me. Like it started going downhill. And then like the finisher was just like the retcon, because like, all right, so this movie is pretty much like a prelude. I don't know what the fuck is that. Yeah. Into Camp Coral. And so like they talk about like, oh, well, when I was a kid and I met SpongeBob and stuff like that. And then they have a flashback to it. And so like, to me, that was bullshit. And I know they always say like continuity and SpongeBob shit, but it's like literally the second episode of the first, like it's like the second part of the first episode. So it's just like, that's so very clear. Like that's always how it's been. They've referenced it like a lot of times in the series. So like it bothered me. And like they could have easily saved it with a meta joke and just been like, Sandy, that's not how we met. We met. Oh, shut up. I'm trying to sell some SpongeBob. So anyway, so this is how we met or something. Like they could have did that, but they didn't. And so, that bothered me. And then like, I don't know, just the rest of the movie, I was just kind of bored and dull. Man, like, everyone keeps saying, no, well, it's for kids. Like I got that like comment like 4 times in a row. I was just like, okay, whatever, man. It's kids like bullshit.
Maybe a bunch of movies that were for kids that were good.
Yeah, exactly. I can name like, do you really want to play this game? Really? Do you want to do this? So it's just like, it was,
the pacing was just
awful.
Like at the beginning of the movie, I was like, okay, so this is the pacing.
Yeah, during like the first part, like the setup of the movie, it was fine. But like Jack said, as soon as it got to the western part, everything just fell apart.
So did you all feel like, because Matt and I that's so amazing, actually, it's kind of incredible, because Matt and I were watching it, and as soon as Keanu Reeves' head rolled up, and then they went into the bar and saw the zombies, Matt looked at me and just shook his head, and he's like, what the fuck is going on?
What the fuck is going on? No, Hero, do your Harley Quinn Matt impression.
No.
Mr. J. Matt and I were, because at that point, actually, Matt, like after the part where Danny Treasure, whatever, showed up, Matt looked at me again and he was like, hey, can we stop watching this? He's like, this isn't fun. And I'm like, well, he's like, watch this for video. Let's just keep going. And mind you, like we're both baked while watching this, and that really should be a testament to how not fun this movie is, that we're actually not enjoying it while high. And it's like, God, this sucks. Like Keanu Reeves, there's so many people, like actors, where I'm like, you just shoved them in there because you needed something. They didn't.
Yeah.
That was Snoop Dogg too, man. Like that was just like, where the fuck did you come from, Snoop?
It's random. Same thing with the songs as well, where I'm like, this doesn't seem like you had a vision. If anything, you had a hole in your script and you needed to fill it. Oh, we need a celebrity. That's Snoop Dogg, Danny Trejo. Yeah. Like when Hasselhoff was in SpongeBob, that works because SpongeBob's got like this corny ocean life thing going on. And then Hasselhoff from Baywatch is like, yeah, fuck, why not? Let's do it. That works. You know, you done well, Hasselhoff. You done. Ow. Yeah. Like, that's funny. But like, also, there are moments where Patrick and SpongeBob behaved in ways where it's like, that seems so out of character for them.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Like me and Hero mentioned this, like when the first thing happened, like there's is such a small detail, but like, okay, when SpongeBob started, Hero, you can say it because I don't want to overtalk. Yeah, you can say it.
Yeah, the first thing that I noticed, it was before I was like, this is a movie that I don't enjoy, but it was just like, it happened, and I was like, that fell off. Because when SpongeBob was like serving people Krabby Patties, he like just like threw one at someone and it landed like upside down on their plate. I was like, SpongeBob would fucking never.
Yeah, exactly.
SpongeBob would never. Way too much respect for the Krabby Patty to serve it that way. I was like, that just felt really.
Yeah.
There's like other stuff too.
There's things like we've done this dance before with Poseidon and Neptune. We've done this dance before with Plankton. We've done this dance, but the part that I was like hard stop, like this is now bad. Was when they started promoting Camp Coral, and I'm like,
that whole court case sequence was
cringe.
Yeah, that was shit.
And again, like since I'm high, it was in slow motion in a way where I'm like, Jesus, this is.
It was already
forever.
feeling forever.
It was like 20 minutes.
Like Matt made a good point where if it was Squidward, he probably because Squidward gushing. Is like, no,
he wouldn't do that.
He wouldn't do that unless there's a real breaking point you're building up to. And it would have been probably better if he's like if everybody else gushes their heart out and then Mr. Krabs like elbows Squidward to do his. And he's like, yeah, it's fine. Like that would have been more in character for Squidward.
He's like, but he's my friend and I love him. I'm like,
no. You would never. You know, like, look, he's a fucking horrible or something like. It's just like, yeah, Squidward. You like, we all know Squidward. Even if we haven't, like, okay, let's admit, like, most of us haven't been continue watching the new season of SpongeBob because it like fell off a while. But apparently, the newer seasons have been picking up in quality. I don't know. I'm gonna be completely transparent about that. There's a lot of kids who still watch them and like they love it just as much as early seasons. So whatever. All right. Fine. But like, there's just certain character dynamics that they built up over the years that are just like, no, that is integral to his character that I just could not see. I just will not.
Yeah, one thing that Toonjay says in the chat is, will the Camp Girl stuff still be bad if we didn't know they were making a show? Yes, because they feel so out of place.
Yeah.
Right.
That
Because of the show. That's not the reason I have a problem with it. The reason I have a problem with it is because they retconned the way SpongeBob met 4 different characters, and it halted the progression of the movie for like 20 freaking minutes.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
Damn straight.
And also, like, it feels shameless. Like, it's one of these things where it's like, I think you all made this movie just to promote your show.
Yeah, because
I can't shake that feeling.
Yeah, it's so weird because like the first movie was 2004. That was at the height of like SpongeBob's popularity.
And
it was great.
And like it was like a good like end to the show if that were like the end.
Yeah.
The 2015 SpongeBob movie, it's still like okay, up to a point in that movie because once they get outside of the water, everything goes CG and they're like superheroes and whatever, and that's like the bad part of the movie. Everything else in that movie is actually hilarious, because most of the movie is actually 2D and Sponge Out of Water.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah,
I thought it was 3D. Okay.
But this movie is like completely 3D, even though there are some live action parts with the Western thing. Which why?
Yeah.
I guess because they did like the Hasselhoff thing before, so they feel like they have to do something like this again.
And then they had Zorro, Antonio Banderas in the sequel. Like, I remember him from the trailer. But like the thing that irritated most is like when they said like in loving memory of like Steven Hillenburg. And it's just like, no, don't you dare! Like, don't you dare
trample over this man's vision. Like, don't,
exactly.
Don't see that actually. Go ahead.
I know that like Hillenburg. Okay, it's one of those things where we got to see in our lifetimes as kids up till now a company finding their Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
And that's amazing because like Viacom, Nick, they got their Mickey Mouse the same way that Warner got their Looney Tunes. And Mickey's so interesting because he early on the way it's weird when you've got a clear defined character like SpongeBob. It's like this has to be SpongeBob. You can't really stray far from this. Compared to like Looney Tunes, I feel like it's a bit more like a bit more like clay. You can mess with it and try different things out and get experiments.
Yeah, like that's the difference between SpongeBob and Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse is that Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse, you can put them in any situation and you know how they would act.
Exactly.
With SpongeBob and like I guess like for their situation with those characters is that they're stuck in a setting. And you have to get them outside of that setting to do anything new.
And they're trying to with Camp Coral. And you know what? I would have been receptive, but they used a fucking movie to promote it. Now I feel bitter to it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, really? That's what you... Oh, thanks.
Also, I know... It seems like not no one, but it seems like I have like the biggest problem with like the 3D in this movie. Specifically because they like... When SpongeBob is going all around the back of the restaurant or whatever, and he's like cleaning it up or whatnot. I can like envision what that scene was supposed to look like in like a 2D, and I can imagine it in like an episode of SpongeBob. And like just the way the 3D looks just does not do what that vision could do justice. It's like I know what this scene should look like. I've watched SpongeBob before, and it's like you're trying to animate it the same way, but now it's in a different animation style, and it just looks off to me. I don't know.
See, I disagree. I actually liked the 3D environments. I thought it was interesting seeing different angles of the Krusty Krab, of SpongeBob's home. I'm like, no, they did their homework. They looked at the sets.
The only character that kind of looked off for me was Sandy. Her fur is
Sandy.
It's because her fur is like so fur-like, but her tail is still in water, and it's just like it's still like it's static. It's like what the fuck there? Like that bothered me is the thing.
Yeah, just the movement felt like it was supposed to be made for like a 2D setting, but it was just in 3D. And I was like, this looks weird to me.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Show's weird. But yeah, I would recommend just watching the first SpongeBob movie again and enjoying that. Yeah. And the first 4 seasons, they're always really solid. All right. And we're not saying they like, oh, like we're boomers, these fucking kids don't do it. It's just like, no, they're just like legitimately good. It's
not
just
even
good.
Gen X, some Gen Y, please.
Yeah, why exactly? Why are we doing this? All right. Why are we not? Oh man.
All right. Next, let's see. We talked about those. Oh, I guess Jax, you can talk about it. I haven't seen much of it yet. I want to watch some of it tomorrow. But Blood of Zeus came
Oh,
out,
Blood of Zeus.
and that
yeah,
was
that show.
that's a show by the same people that made Castlevania on Netflix.
Yes, that show is actually really good. Like it's one of those series where and like if you've watched Castlevania, you're used to like the gore and the fighting and stuff like that. And it's like really good. It's about this another spawn of Zeus. Like I don't know how many, I've lost count at this point.
A lot.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's pretty much about him coming to terms with the fact that like because the way this show like plays out is just like, oh, his mom was, seduced by Zeus, and she would like do this thing like huge as always. Zeus, yeah, baby. But like they're like doing their thing, and then of course like Zeus's wife Hera gets all pissed off, like again, like in other media, and she just like, yeah, exactly. Right. So it's just a whole thing of her trying to kill the kid and the mom and stuff like that, and then there's like these it's really cool because like they talk about how like there was the giants, and then when they killed the giants, their blood went into the ocean, which made the Titans, and then the Titans like started fighting the gods, and then they were killing each other for a bit, and then like this gods finally killed off the Titans, and then like humans found out like, oh shit, if we eat this Titan, we become demons and become super strong. So they're causing like a ruckus around the area and stuff like that. And the fight scene's fucking cool. The animation spectacular as you can expect. Like it's actually really invested. Like gets you just super invested when you're watching it. Like I was just like, okay, this is really cool. I'm enjoying it. The writing's good. It's like again, like when Game of Thrones is good, it's like animated Game of Thrones, good Game of Thrones is that sense. So I really had like a fun time watching through it. I'm still not done with it because I had to do other stuff. But yeah, I highly recommend it to everyone out there.
Yeah, there's like 8 episodes.
Yeah, it's short, very short.
Yeah, I can probably like binge that tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Because that's another video I want to do this week because I have Sponge on the Run recorded and over the Moon recorded. Sponge on the Run, yeah. Yeah, I have those two recorded, so I'll probably record Blood of Zeus tomorrow or Wednesday. Then let's see what else. We got oh yeah, Mandalorian came back.
Before we move on, just real fast, I do want to echo something. I forget, it was either here or Jack who said like the idea of us being boomers with SpongeBob. Listen, I fully understand that SpongeBob's here to stay. I mean, it's never gonna go away. But at the same time, like, okay, but you need to elevate the content. You can't just that's
the thing is like Scooby-Doo survived.
That's a good example.
Yeah, like, and it still has like good shows every so often.
Same with Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
every so often.
It's so interesting to think about because like Scooby, here's the parameters for Scooby and Mickey and Looney Tunes, and SpongeBob. Yeah, it's a bit more defined with its world, and you can't really break away from it because then you lose what makes SpongeBob great. Is having a kid like him fucking around in a world where it's like. He's a fry cook. He's screwing with Squidward. Now he's failing boat school. It's like where do you go outside of that though?
Yeah,
because SpongeBob wasn't made. None of these properties were made with the idea of massive longevity to this degree. Like Mickey defies copyright law, but like at the same time, I guess SpongeBob is like it's too well written. It's like you start breaking those writing rules, and it's not gonna be as good.
Yeah.
Right.
Nickelodeon's like, we don't care. we just want to make money.
Yeah, we just want to make money.
Good. What's that?
All right. Next thing. Yeah, Mandalorian came back.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen the first Yoda. 2 episodes?
Can I talk about that? Have you seen the first episodes?
I've seen both.
Okay, yeah. Man, fuck Baby Yoda. Fucking dick. Just fucking Brad. I was like looking at him like a black parent. Like, boy, you must have lost your God. I told you not to fucking do that. Like, something like that. Like, because I don't know. Like that
feel bad for the frog lady.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I felt so bad. It's just like, look, like, and Mando. Like, I'm more mad at Mando for not doing anything. Like, you're supposed to be the daddy. Just like, what the fuck's wrong with you, boy? Like, stuff like. But like, the first episode, I'll say this. So, spoilers for people in the chat.
Yeah, I'll put a spoiler thing. So I'll put that up while we're talking about the 2 episodes.
All right. All right, just tell me no when it's up because I want to talk about the whole.
It's up now.
Okay. So like the whole thing with like them doing the fake out with Boba Fett, like that got me good the first time. I was like, oh shit. Is that? And I was like, no, that looks like a kid dressed up as Boba Fett, like just I don't know, the baggy clothes or something like that. And I was like, yeah, this is not Boba. And so like when I thought, oh god, I forget his name. What is the actor's name? He's like the sheriff and everything. Oh my god, I love this actor too.
Oh
my
yeah.
god. What is his name? Oh god,
I don't know his Oh
god, you know what? I gotta.
I don't know the actor's
Justified,
name.
Whatever. Justified sheriff. I'm just gonna look it up. I know his name.
Because I've seen him in a lot of stuff before too.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't remember. All right, you know what? Someone in the chat will tell me. Like, where is it? Whatever. Okay, when it comes back up. But anyways, him being the sheriff, I thought was like really cool because he's been the sheriff in everything he's in, so he always knows to play sheriff. But I also really liked what they did with the freaking Tusken Raiders, where they actually made him like more more than just like, oh, we're gonna abduct and be animals and stuff like that, and just randomly attack people. It's like, no, you fucked with us, we're gonna fuck with you back. And I thought that was
it's weird really how like the Mandalorian has expanded the like I guess the lore of the Star Wars universe more than the sequels.
Yeah, no, because you understand in the first movie now, like in A New Hope, why they were terrified of the freaking crate dragon. Like when Obi-Wan's doing this, and it's like, okay, did you see that shit in the first episode? It's like, oh, okay, we got a fucking sand jaws over here. Like, what the fuck? And so that makes sense. I felt so bad for the Banthas, by the way, the big big band.
They're just minding their own business.
Yeah, they just get my business. Yeah, that was kind of fucked. But I love that whole aspect they brought into it where they're expanding properly on it. And then like that whole thing with like Boba Fett at the end where they actually got the actor who played Jango Fett. And since Boba Fett's a clone, it was perfect. They got him at the end. I was like, oh shit, this is hype. That's hype as hell. And then the second episode with the freaking snow spiders and stuff, I was like, oh god, this is intense. And then the chase scene, I thought that was some of the best CGI I've seen on like TV, but oh god, I was like Timothy Oliphant, by the way.
Yeah, same thing with the X-wing fights when they were chasing.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The X-wing fight through the ice.
I was like, that's really good looking.
Yeah, I was like, this is like movie quality.
Probably because it is, like.
You're like, we're not making movies, so let's put all our budget in this right now.
Well, that's what Disney said. They said they want to focus on streaming. They're like, we're now a streaming site.
Nice.
And that's what they're doing. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need more than one show though.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to do that Obi-Wan show with like freaking Ewan McGregor. They've been talking about that for ever.
Like I'm still waiting on like the animated shows they've promised. Like where's the Monsters Inc. like show that they were going to put out?
Yeah,
well, I guess COVID threw them for a loop.
Yeah,
really.
I mean, really HBO's been putting out a lot of animated stuff, so.
Yeah, HBO is just like, we got your ass. We got all of Cartoon Network on here, bitch. You know what you like.
Dude, I've been making my way through Dexter's Lab recently. Fuck, what a good show.
Yeah, it's great.
For 4 seasons. Yeah, amazing.
But before we move on, but yeah, any more thoughts about Mandalorian?
Okay, I do have thoughts. So I thought there were some weird moments where you got like that one shot where Mando and Cowboy are on their little speeders and they're going by the Bantha, the Tusken Raiders, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's kind of weird masking with the green screen and like there's no wind blowing in their hair. It looks a bit sterile with them going past the Tusken Raiders. I thought the cowboy guy was a little bit too handsome. Like there's that scene where he's going through the desert with a bucket of whatever, and he's like, "Oh, my perfectly combed hair." It's like, because if you look at Clint Eastwood in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which is a very unfair comparison, because I get they're both.
Yeah, Timothy Oliphant's a handsome motherfucker.
Yeah, but like Clint Eastwood's a handsome guy, but like when Goldie went through the desert and he came out, he looked fucking blistered, fucked up. Like this guy is like, two sons, my hair. They could have done a little bit better, make him look grunged up. That broke the immersion for me a bit. I gotta say, I wish they would have spent more time with the settlement and the Raiders showing tension. Because when they first were like, we have to team up, and I hate these people. We were told they don't like each other. They should have showed me a bit more. Yeah, I would have preferred that. Then, though, as far as props go, like that worm CGI was fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
like you guys are right. It's cinematic levels, and same thing with the spiders in the next episode. I just think that like I have to grade on a curve with Star Wars because I recently watched Rise of Skywalker, and I'm like,
fucking hate that movie.
Fuck, this movie's bad. Like it feels like a middle schooler's fanfic. And then the universe showed up and they said, "We got you, your left, Captain." And then they shot the 50 Star Destroyers that couldn't float up because they needed a tower to tell them to go up because it's clouds. And then Rey kissed Kylo. The end. It's like that. It's like and Palpatine's his grandfather, and he's still alive. He said, "Do it." Now it's absolute fucking cringe. I'm like,
it's fucking terrible. That made me appreciate the prequels, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
At least the prequels had
good fight scenes and good music.
And there's good fight scenes, and also in the sequel trilogy. What the prequel had was a vision. It was not a good vision, but a vision.
Right.
The sequels
had a vision.
The sequel trilogy had a vision, but it was fucking copy paste. And it reeks of producer markups for merchandise.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh man, this is so sterile and fucked. Like I'm confused because I'm like, Last Jedi broke the mold a bit, but in the wrong direction, in my opinion. And it tried to do something bold, and in the process, kind of lost me and felt flat. Then Rise of Skywalker is like just throwing up all over the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
I was willing to forgive The Force Awakens to play it safe, but then they couldn't back it up.
Exactly. Force Awakens, I still like honestly can watch and enjoy that movie. But then it was fun. But then and it made sense, of course, because like you're reintroducing Star Wars after all these years. It makes sense for it to be like, okay, we have to do sort of like a soft reboot of A New Hope, but like you're enjoying these new characters, right? You're enjoying these new things, right? It's like, okay, yeah, I can. That was fun. That was fun. But then like when you got to fucking Last Jedi and the fuck Rise of Sky, I really hate that movie. I really would
that was bad.
That movie. I fucking despise it.
Last Jedi is better than Rise of Skywalker, but that's not saying much. And but I, to bring it all back though, what I'm saying is, who would have guessed that Mandalorian would be the thing that's not just popular, but also like actually bold and trying something different. Like we know what made Star Wars special, but let's break this stupid like framework that you boxed us into. It's a fucking cowboy with bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm here for that.
It's like a Western in space.
Like Red Letter Media talks about that because Star Wars plays it safe. It's contained and it's afraid to be different, like at least cinematically. And Mandalorian. Mandalorian's breaking. I know that's not cinematic technically, but it has cinematic levels of quality. And to be honest, like, I mean, it's kind of like Jesus. Like everybody loves this. Like no one cares about your sequel trilogy, really. Like everybody's here for Baby Yoda and Mando, and it's so much. It's the best thing to come from their purchase.
Yeah, exactly. It is. That is honestly because like Jon Favreau, like because it's like he fucked up. Because I remember reading something where he was like, "Oh, I did Lion King because I got money to do what I wanted to do, more creative stuff. So like I could do like fucking Mandalorian. So like, all right, whatever, man. You do your thing. That you're killing it with this. I love it. Yeah. So keep doing that awesomeness. I wonder how they're gonna play it. I can't wait to see Ahsoka in live action if they bring her in or something. Like I don't know. Like again, that's just a thing they might do. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm having a good time with it. Having a good time with it.
I like Mando too. I think it's not perfect, but like it's definitely compared to the rest of Star Wars, it's much better. So
all right.
Yeah.
Let's move on. I'll remove the spoiler screen for anybody who want to hear about the Mando
Clone Wars
stuff.
is kind of mad, Ryan. I saw Ryan say something in the chat about
Vivzy Pop and her team released another thing. Helluva Boss Season 1, Episode 1. So do you know how often they're going to be doing this, Saber?
Well, as someone who is good friends with I have no fucking clue.
I actually have all Season 1 right here. So who knows?
No, I'm sure someone in the chat probably knows more than I do. All I know is that they're releasing the episodes up on YouTube. And I think it's pretty damn cool. And maybe it might get picked up by somebody else. Because I'll say it again, like Viv is capitalizing on the hot topic demographic quite handedly. So she's doing something great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what did you think of the episode?
It felt tighter to me. That's the way I describe it. It's the writing, the flow, even the animation just felt like they took like a like tightened it up a bit, and I enjoyed it. I actually think this has potential. It's curious to see it on YouTube because like will YouTube, being the Puritans that they are, would they give it any issue? But Viv has such a massive following that I feel like it's a moot point. Like through sheer goth willpower, this thing will succeed.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
Dude.
with the pilot, it's like, okay, here's explaining what these characters do, and then with this one, it's like it feels like, oh, this could be like in the middle of a season. So.
Yeah, I had fun with it. I thought it was like pretty cool. I like the whole Leatherface-esque reference at the end there that they did. I thought that was like a nice little reference. I enjoyed I thought it was like just solid all the way through. Like I don't have any like real complaints about it. I thought it was I just thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a bit odd when they changed the girl's voice. I'm no disrespect to the new actress or anything like that. Like that, it wasn't anything like, oh my god, this is Daryl. I was like, oh, that just kind of shocked me for a second because I had watched the pilot right before I watched that one, and I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. And so that was
gotta get used to that.
Yeah, exactly. And so I thought it was a fun little episode, and it was pretty good. I can't wait to see what happens next with it.
Apparently, they switched up the voice actors because Amy Hurd voiced both Luna and Mixie or whatever.
I thought it was Erica Lindbeck.
Or what did I say? Amy Hurd? Who's that? It is Erica. What do I know?
Okay, so
Amy Hurd sitting at home just crying. Like,
wait, who's?
Are you talking about Amber Heard?
No, Amber Heard's fucking Johnny Depp fucker over, bitch.
Yeah.
No, that's you're. I think.
Yeah, who are you?
You mean Amberly Connors?
It's very possible, guys, that I'm just stupid. So
I mean, we already know that.
All right. Yeah. Hey, you're smart. You're talented. I like you. So, anyways,
more smarter.
It's Erica Lindbeck who played. She's a very popular voice actress now. She voiced Luna and Mixie. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Millie.
I love
Molly, Mega Demon. So anyway, she voiced her. So that was good. I like the animation's good. I'm just curious how long it's gonna last, but yeah.
I'm curious to see. I want to see what happens with Hazbin Hotel with A24. I'm curious to see how many write-ups they might give it, or if they're like, nope, do what you want. So that should be curious.
Yeah, I hope they don't change any like freaking voice actors or anything for that.
I like the Zim character.
Yeah, that's what we call him, Demon Zim.
Moxley. Yeah, he's a fun character. I enjoy him. I thought it was really good. I don't have much criticism about it. I was just like, hey, yeah, I liked it. I can't wait to see what you do next. That's literally my review of that show so far.
You sneezing or coughing?
Sneezing.
Crying.
Bless you, bitch. All right, there you
go. So let's move on to the trailers. One thing that actually dropped while we were doing a podcast last time was the Godzilla Singular Point trailer, which is a new anime for Netflix.
Yeah, they fucking showed my boy, which I won't say because it might be a spoiler for Saber when we watch something else. So yeah, that's all I'll say. I'm hyped for it. It looks good, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's from let's see, Bones and what's the other studio working on it?
Bones and
Orange. Yep, it's Orange.
Yep.
The guys who do Beastars.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's gonna be good, in my opinion. I think it's gonna be good. Oh, super hyped for it.
Let's see, there was a Saved by the Bell trailer, or
yeah, you didn't see it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, dude. So basically, just sum it up. All they did was they got every character of the original series back. Now they're adults. Like it was like hinted that like some characters wouldn't be back, like some actors, because we only saw like a couple in the first trailer. But like the later trailers, I think like the only one they didn't get back is Screech because that nigga crazy. So, anyways, I think that was I think it looks fun. It looks fun. Like they got pretty much everyone besides Screech, and yeah, can't wait.
And then a trailer here called Onyx Equinox. I'm looking at it now, and it looks very demonic.
Metal.
Yeah. The heck. I didn't even know about this. Ryan put this on here.
Onyx Equinox.
Yeah, Onyx Equinox.
Isn't that a Pokemon?
It's going to be on a Crunchyroll.
Onyx Equinox. Oh, I see what this is. Oh, it looks like Kipo on steroids.
And then we got a trailer for Halloween Kills.
Yeah, fuck yeah. You see, like I knew at the end of the Halloween 2018 movie, since they didn't show Michael die, that they were like, okay, you're more than likely going to do a sequel, because they have another one. It's like Halloween Kills, and then Halloween. I forget the one afterwards, but like this is going to be a 2-parter. So I'm super interested what they do, because it was just like because the 2018 one I thought was like a pretty good movie, and so they made it clear that he's not as superhuman as he was in the original movie. So like it's going to be interesting that he like has like half his mask like burned up. So it's like, did he take any burn damage, or like how's this going to go? But yeah, super hyped for it. Super excited for it. It was supposed to come out this year, but got pushed back because of the fucking plague. So
yep.
Biden, fix that for me, please.
Yeah. Listen here, bub.
Yeah.
So what he says, listen here, bub.
No, listen here, fat.
That's right.
I forgot he was on freaking Parks and Rec. I was like,
I saw that image going around.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's trailer for Beastar Season 2, which you said the manga.
We read the manga.
Yeah,
so
the manga like already finished for that, right?
It's done.
Yeah, it did. Well, they might. The thing about it is the manga was written in a way that's very similar to how her father wrote Baki, where the ending is similar to like, all right, so he wrote an ending for Baki, and it was done for like years, but then years later it came back and continued its story like just from the spot. And so since she's like got a very similar writing style to her dad, I think she might do that same thing with Beastars, just from like what we've seen before. But I don't know. But for right now, it's over.
Mm-hmm. And you said you don't really like it later, Saber? Nope. That's unfortunate.
It's not bad. It's just it was a letdown for what they had before. Like the way they established things, where it's like Haru and Legoshi and just the relationship they had and building up the world. And they do hold that throughout the series of predators and prey and this dynamic of the world we live in. I won't hit spoilers, but it just had this really massive build. I felt like it was really saying something, and then it turned into something else. And I was like, shit, things that were so interesting early on. Like it was there a little bit for what I imagine would be season 2, but then something happens later on, and then it just completely went in a different direction. I was like, this sucks. I'm like, there's this. I remember reading it. I'm like, man, this isn't as good. And I remember hitting up Tom, and I'm like, Tom, what happened? He's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, all you manga readers.
Yeah, but it wasn't that good. In my opinion, I mean, I don't know. You'll probably. I mean, I don't want to say anything. I'm just gonna shut up now. Man, I'm thirsty. Fuck.
What made the show really good in season 1 wasn't present enough moving forward. That's what I'd say.
Okay.
In my opinion, in my humble opinion.
The next thing, the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special will be coming out. It might be better than the sequels.
It's Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, Lego Star Wars is always fun.
Lego always has like it's good meta shit going on. So
yeah. And then last trailer here, which just came out today, and that is the Adventure Time Distant Lands, the next special for that, Obsidian.
Oh, it's out?
Yeah, the trailer for that is out. This is the one that focuses on Princess Bubblegum and Marceline.
So the best one.
Yeah, that comes out next Thursday, so we don't have that long to wait.
I was wondering what was taking so long. I was like, I mean, it's been a few months.
Yeah, so November 19th
Sure.
is when it's coming out. So that'll be something to look forward to next week.
Nice.
I am.
And
oh yeah.
Last week,
I saw a film. As I recall, it was a horror film.
see, was this last week or the week before? I think it was the week before last. And that's the Direct Showcase that happened.
Wow, I literally entirely forgot that there was a Direct.
yeah. That's because like I said, an extended
forever. Yeah.
And
oh my god.
But yeah, they showed some stuff. And it had some shadow drops. They dropped a demo for Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity, which I tried it out a little bit. But I'm gonna wait until like the full game releases because the demo is actually pretty substantial for how much they put in the demo.
I'm curious. Before Hyrule Warriors, have you ever played a Musou game?
Nope.
Okay, maybe that's why you like it more than I do. Because all Musou games to me are the literal exact same thing. I'm just like, oh my god, it's all the same. But I mean, I certainly liked my first Musou game. I was like, oh my god, there's so many people on the screen. Just kill them all. This is sick. And then I played more. I was like, this is the exact same thing. That's cool. I'm sure a lot of people playing Hyrule Warriors have never played a Musou game before, so that's probably fine.
Yeah, but one thing that was exciting about that is that they showed a bit more of No More Heroes 3, and they dropped No More Heroes 1 and 2 on the eShop. I'm like, yeah, cool.
God, that trailer. What an aesthetic they chose when they're like,
yeah,
No More Heroes 1 and 2 are free, and 3's coming out in 2021. Like, and Travis like spinning, it says available today, and I was like, this is an assault on my eyeballs, but it's like a beautiful assault on my eyeballs.
Yeah, the No More Heroes games are super great.
Super aesthetic.
What else happened in that showcase? I forgot.
Exactly. Bravely Default 2.
Oh yeah, that got a release date.
That game, I was looking at the trailer of it in the showcase, and I was like, this voice acting is awful.
That's why I'm going to turn it off. That's the same thing I did with Octopath Traveler, is that I turned off the voice acting.
It was really bad. I was like, guys, what? Don't you, like, this is definitely, like, a property. It's got some backing behind it. Why is the voice acting so bad? Yeah. And unfortunately, like, Bravely Default 1, it's the weirdest thing, because you have the main character, Tiz and Anyas, and they're like the most boring characters to ever grace the planet. They're like standard JRPG characters. Then you have the third and the fourth character, Adia and Ringabel, and they're like the most interesting JRPG characters I've ever seen, like ever. It's legit, like, I felt like the people who made that game were like, okay, Adia and Ringabel are actually the main characters. Tiz and Anyas are just kind of there. But like, Adia is legit one of my favorite characters ever. So I was kind of looking forward to the same kind of deal. I was like, maybe like the third and fourth character in Bravely Default 2 will look super interesting. I'm looking at them, I'm like, they don't pop out to me at all. Like, one of them's named Elvis, like, whatever. Whatever. So, we'll see. Maybe Bravely Default 2 won't make you play the game 7 times, maybe. I don't
know. But yeah,
Did you guys, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was like, I can't remember the other stuff that was shown, but I made a video on it on my gaming channel.
Story of Seasons, but man, after playing Rune Factory, going back to Story of Seasons is gonna feel like I'm missing half of a game. But I'll always still play it. I love my farm / date simulators. Why not?
What were you saying, Saber?
You guys mentioned Primal last episode?
No.
Oh, shit, I need to watch it.
But yeah, I need, because I was going to bring it up next episode, and we can talk about it then.
Please watch it.
But moving on with some other video game stuff. So the PS5 comes out this week, as well as the Xbox Series X and S. But the PS5 in particular will only be sold online at launch. So unless you have it pre-ordered. If you have it pre-ordered, you can pick it up at the store, with wherever you picked it up at, or you have it shipped to your house or your PO box or whatever. But Sony has said that like for PS5s, there aren't going to be any in stores at launch. You can only order them online.
And so what does that mean? Like, if you order online, they'll be like, okay, you can get it next week then.
Yeah. Because they're not going to have.
Oh
like,
shit! Oh, good on them.
Yeah. So they're not. So if you're going to like try to, like stand in line at like a Best Buy or a GameStop to hope that you might get one on launch day, there aren't going to be any. So don't try.
So just buy it online.
Yeah.
Buy it online. Well, that's good. That's cool that they're like, oh, we already stocked, so you'll have them online. But
yeah, just check websites to see if they'll have online orders.
Damn.
Another video game thing. Apparently, there's going to be an Assassin's Creed show in the works for Netflix.
Good old ass Creed.
I feel like there's been an Assassin's Creed for everything. That's a franchise that really just went for it, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
And by went for it, I mean really sell out. As far as possible.
Its movie was really bad.
Assassin's Creed.
There's an Assassin's Creed movie?
Yeah, it came out in like 2016.
What was it? Who was in it?
I forgot the guy's name. It was that guy who played the robot in Prometheus and Alien Revenant. You know that?
Oh, Magneto?
No, Michael Fassbender. Is that his name?
Yeah, Magneto.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
he was in it.
Shit. Oh, fuck.
Dude,
I'm gonna look this trailer up right now.
He's a good man.
Assassin's Creed movie.
Yeah, but I do think that video games lend themselves better to series rather than movies, so might be good.
Oh my god, there was an Assassin's Creed movie.
Apparently Jon Stewart, like Daily Show Jon Stewart, is going to have let's see, a new current affairs show with Apple TV Plus. So anybody who has that, I guess you get a Jon Stewart show.
It's like they're like Apple walked up to Jon Stewart and they're like, "Please, John, do this show." And he's like, "I don't know, I'm pretty expensive." And they just laugh and they're like, "Okay, here's a blank check. All right, you're working for us now."
It's like, do Daily Show, but for us.
I'll be real with you. They really never could fill that gap after John left.
Oh no,
John is and I'm not trying to bash like maybe
Trevor
I am, I don't know. Yeah, he's not the same. John has a spark like behind his eye, like that motherfucker, or sparkle. Like he's so fucking sharp and witty, and it's not just like jokes. You can tell he actually has convictions and he cares, and he's just brilliant. And like whether it be, and I'm not trying to shit on Colbert or John Oliver or whatever, is that his name?
Yeah.
But like Jon Stewart, like he left a legacy, and they never could come close to it. So I wonder what he'll do with Apple. Because I feel like in a lot of ways he retired and wanted to like focus on other stuff.
Yeah.
He's vegan. Listen to the podcast. No, I listened to the podcast and he talked about how him and his wife started to like rescue animals, and he said after he cared for like a pig or a goat, he realized he couldn't eat meat anymore. He's like, these are living creatures, and I'm like, wow, how about that?
Well, you eat your bacon.
You're not even wrong. I had a steak tonight. It's good.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So this is exciting. So I've seen some people talking about after the Animaniacs reboot was shown for the trailer for that, and that's actually releasing in a couple of weeks. That people were like, "Why aren't we doing a Tiny Toons reboot?" And it's like, "What do you know? There's gonna be a Tiny Toons reboot."
Are they aged up?
It's gonna be called Tiny Toons Luniversity. So maybe.
Fuck. I can't keep that skunk away from me. All right, keep that skunk away from me. She's already tainted me in cat Sousy. I can't.
But yeah, this is gonna be for HBO Max. And also another show that was announced along with this was a new show from Genndy Tartakovsky. is called Unicorn Warriors Eternal. There's only like a teaser image for it now, and you can see some of the characters. But yeah, anything from Gendy is like great. So,
except for Hotel Transylvania 2 and 3. Unicorn Warriors Eternal. Yeah, that is a Gendy show. That is definitely a Gendy show. I love how like his design is just like whenever you see it, it's just like that's a Gendy show. Like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But that's gonna be exciting. And according to Cree Summer, it says Elmira won't be in the new Tiny Toons.
Why? Is she a grapper? Is it because she's a freaking, you know?
I mean, then Fifi LaFoon definitely.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Keep that skunk away from me. Yeah. Well, what was
unless
Pepe
they like rewrite like how the character acts.
Well, then
I mean that was the character's character.
Yeah, I mean, like let's say like had him say like, okay, we went to a special school and we learned we're not supposed to do this, and then like that's the whole thing they're fighting for the entire thing. So that'd be funny. That'd be very self-referential and shit like that, and just be like, okay, yeah, okay, that's funny. I like it.
No, the episode would go like this. All right. It's not funny. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
I was trying to say like
the cancel button's right there.
Yeah, right.
Just
Just imagine a bunch of these Tiny Toon like high schoolers are like, Professor Le Pew like trying to make a move on me. We're gonna cancel this fucker, and it's like, oh no.
I didn't know such thing. I told you can't be looking at the students like, oh, le petite, and she's just like flat. Oh my god, no, stop.
It is there is something to be said about like old humor and how like things change. Because like even as a kid, I was like, man, he's really grabby, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, that's the shtick that they're trying to do. It's sexual assault. It's poor cats. It's amazing how like Tom and Jerry can blow each other up to like
blow each.
Amazing how Tom and Jerry can blow each other. Tom and Jerry is just
hey, could you imagine just like going
at the end of November?
Ah! He goes to bite cheese and he accidentally bites it.
Grow up.
You started
Okay.
Oh god.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on for a bit. But yeah, Tiny Toons and all that. Amazon is claiming that people don't own the purchased Prime Video content that they
just buy physical. That's my response to this entire thing.
Would they take away the stuff you buy on there?
Stop not buying physical media.
Yeah, that's why I've been buying like 4K Blu-rays if it's like a movie I really like. And also, like, if there's a physical copy of the game, I'm getting the physical copy.
Yes. This is the old man hill that I will die on.
Yeah. I'll wait for Saber to get back to talk about that one. This one is something you can talk about, Jax, and that's says the writer of the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles wants to have an updated sequel.
Yeah, that's gonna be freaking. I really would be very interested in how they would pull that off because they're like again like those old costumes. If you watch the old like 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, if you watch like the 1990s TMNT movie, it still holds up. Like there's a lot of stuff that holds up, but it's just like the faces like every now and then are a bit stiff. So I think it would be a great time to bring in like just those suits and just do some like Shape of Water shit where it's just like, all right, you get the suit and then you just CGI the face, but you blend it perfectly to a point where you can't tell the difference. So like just make them more emotive and stuff like that. I think that would be just freaking incredible if they could do something like that. And I don't know if they would get the original cast members back. I mean, like it would be interesting if they were trying to do it, but I don't think they could, get old April. Like I love the actress for April in the old movie, and I love like Casey Jones and all that stuff. But like,
who would you cast as like a new April?
Fuck. Let's see, what April am I trying to go for? I guess like jumpsuit April. No, not to me. Well, she could play Rise of TMNT April, so that's not even a stretch out there. Fuck, dude. Oh my god. You know what? Emma Stone. Emma Stone be fun, April. Yeah. She got a good comment. Yeah, I think she'd be great. She'd be like, guys, you can't do that. And then like she's hot too. So like it works. I mean, no, because like there's just so much that I would think do. Because like the problem with like the 2014 and 2016 movie. Well, I like the 2016 movie. I did not like the 2014 one. I think it would. Yeah, I think it would be like they were just too big and massive, and then like they just felt very much like Michael Bay shits and stuff like that. Like this one, you have a chance to do it right, I guess. With like, I'd love if Shredder was there. I'd love if but we've seen Shredder so many times, so it's just like I don't know how they would do it. I mean, honestly, if they would just were like, hey, Shredder came back, here's Bebop and Rocksteady, go have fun. All right, have fun. Like I would love that. So there's so much they could do with it though. Like it's just so much. But I wonder if the stories would continue from. I wonder if like they would continue from part 3 or anything like that. That'd be interesting. But they could always do what the Halloween movies did, or like all those other movies where it's like, oh, this is a direct sequel to the movie from 1990, and it's just called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So it's a title bullshit again. So it's like I don't know which one I'm watching, the 2021 or this. So yeah, love it. That'd be cool. Do it.
All right, is Saber back?
No. He had to go. He said beer.
He came back to say that he's not back. I'm like, okay.
All right. So Sony is apparently on the verge of buying Crunchyroll for almost $1 billion.
No. Not that you know what? Whatever. I don't use.
Do you watch Crunchyroll too?
No.
Yeah.
I just don't like big corporations buying other big corporations to make an even bigger corporation.
Also, they've been making like a lot of deals with game developers to have timed exclusives. So, how much money do they have left? Like,
That's true. That's weird.
Because I know they don't have as much money as Microsoft does.
Microsoft has Bill Gates.
Yeah.
It's just like.
Like Sony both owns both Funimation and Crunchyroll. The only other competition is Viz Media. Do they own Crunchyroll now? Like when did that happen?
I don't know if they went through or not.
What was the thing where Verve used to have Funimation and Crunchyroll?
Yeah, they did. Like, that was like the best value that Verve ever was, but then it stopped.
Yeah. And then they had to split it up, and it was like, well, this is some bullshit. I have to have 3 different things. It's just like, okay. I had Nickelodeon too on there, so fuck.
Ryan says not yet. Okay.
Only on Nicktoons.
All right.
Add 1, add 3.
This is interesting. Baby Shark on YouTube sets the record as the most viewed YouTube video of all time, so it's overthrown. I forgot what it was before, because I think something already dethroned Gangnam Style.
Yeah, it was that fucking like that Mexican song, like Hispanic. Despacito, yeah. Despacito for some reason. So like,
Still okay, I've heard that song one day.
But are we gonna do what we did with that 1 8-minute song again?
No, because one is like a legendary song that everyone talks about, and one is Despacito.
You know what song that hit 1 billion views recently that I was so happy to see hit 1 billion views was freaking Sunflower from Spider-Verse. I was so happy that I hit $1 billion.
Is it? I thought it was still like 700 or like 800 mil.
Oh no, I hit $1 billion. I was just like, I was so happy.
Song yesterday.
Yeah. You know, Zeus that I'm
Did you go listen to that Penny Parker song? I have no idea what she's saying, like at all.
It's just hype. That's it. 1.2 billion views.
Nice. Oh, that's not the video I watched. I guess that's why. What? There's another one that has like 800 mil. It's not that one? Hold up.
Yeah, if you look up like most viewed videos on YouTube, it'll get a list.
Oh no, it was not at all. Okay. But yeah, I looked at one that had 121 million views. I'm just losing my mind. You know what? I'm probably hanging up What's Up, Danger.
What's up, Danger?
No,
don't be a stranger.
Whack. Don't mind me.
So this is something interesting. Netflix is testing out something which is sort of a channel like for Netflix. Though it's not like, you know, on TV or anything. It's more like you turn on Netflix and you flip to a channel and it'll show like a scheduled program of shows. So it'd be like flipping through TV, but on your Netflix app. Which it sounds interesting with how they do it, because it sounds like that's similar to the thing that Peacock is doing with their channels. So they're testing it out in France right now.
Okay, cool.
But it sounds like something interesting. Like if you're like, I don't know what to watch, just flip through some channels on Netflix.
Maybe people can go find the Infinity Train and they can get some more. I guess that's HBO Max.
Yeah, that's HBO.
Maybe people can go find Kibo.
Let's see. Johnny Depp is resigning from the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Yeah. Right, that happened like right in the middle of all the election stuff, and like on my like Twitter news thing, I was like election stuff. Johnny Depp is retiring from the election stuff. I was like, why is that there? I was like, this is not the same level of importance at all.
Yeah.
But, yeah, exactly. Not the same level of importance. I think it's just like, was he? So he retired or was he fired?
I don't know, because I know that Warner Brothers is like distancing themselves from all this stuff, so it's weird.
Yeah, because of the Amber Heard bullshit.
Yeah.
Because like they found out she was abusive as shit, and then like they were like, oh, whatever. Like I don't know if she's gonna be an Aquaman 2 and all that shit, but like, yeah, all the evidence. Fuck that. That's some bullshit. But like,
who is Amber Heard? Was she in Fantastic Beasts 1? Was she the girl?
No. Amber she's Johnny Depp's wife.
Yeah, she was until she shit in his bed. Yeah. She did a lot of fucked up stuff.
But yeah, that audio that like came out about like
both of them.
Where it's like wow, Amber Heard's like she's a bitch.
Yeah, she's a bitch. She shit in his bed and tried to say the dog did it when it was her DNA and shit like that. So it was like, what the fuck? Crazy. Yeah. And then she like gaslight the fuck out of him, saying like, I wouldn't have to do this if you didn't. It's just like, oh fuck. Times like that, shit. Sand.
They'll show you want to be famous. They'll show you want to be famous. Like think it through, really.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's shitty.
Yeah,
that wasn't gonna happen. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going with that.
So we've talked about Animaniacs, we've talked about Tiny Toons. Apparently, this Saturday, there's going to be a crossover on Teen Titans Go with Freakazoid.
Is it the? See, I'm indifferent because I like parts of the Teen Titans Go movie, but like, is it Freakazoid's actual voice? Like, did they get the same voice?
Yeah, I don't think they said at all.
Yeah, because that seems more like an OKKO crossover, which would have been better. So yeah,
I'm not indifferent. I'm different because I want just Freakazoid. I don't want Teen Titans Go.
Well, maybe if Tiny Toons and Animaniacs, if they both like do well, they might try to do like a Freakazoid.
Consider it, yeah.
Yeah, so that would that'd be fun if they did that. Saber here yet?
Nah, he's shitting. Or yeah, something.
Shitting.
No, he's not. I think he had to go do something. Speaking of which, I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
Okay. So this right here, Jurassic World Dominion has wrapped up filming. So they're done the filming. Now they can start on.
Oh, I thought they had to cease because of COVID.
They did, like, back in spring.
Oh, okay.
But they started filming again, like, over the summer.
Okay.
But yeah, and they're done filming now. But they did delay the movie into 2022 rather than having it come out in June of 2021. Which, since they only just finished filming now, yeah, like trying to make the movie in like 6 months, like that would be very like crunch time to like try to get the movie out by then.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad to hear that like they've finished filming at least.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have plenty of time until 2022 and
all right,
that releases.
Hey, chat, let's place a bet that a dragon's gonna be in the movie. I'm gonna put that down. Yeah. Okay. Well, I bet you $50. Take it.
He's like, I don't want $50.
$20. $20 there. That's easy.
Yeah, fine.
$20.
I'll
bet you 20. What's the date? November 9th, 2022. There we go.
So yeah, yeah, it comes out June 2022 is when Jurassic World Dominion comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And pterosaurs do not count as dragons, so. If I see a pterosaur like breathes fire, that's still a pterosaur that breathes fire. That's not a dragon.
What the fuck? We're doing that.
If like a regular ass dinosaur breathes fire, that's still not a dragon. It has to be like a dinosaur that looks like it has like pterosaur wings or some kind of bat wings.
This is the Charizard argument all over again. Charizard's a lizard. He's not a dragon. Shut the fuck up.
It's not dragon type.
No, he is a dragon. Anyone tells me that he's a dragon. They don't know what they're talking about. No, I love you, but no. Okay, I don't care what will go up to the person who created Pokemon and like have a death battle argument with this. All right, whatever. What's the next topic?
Did I hear Saber come back, or was that just Jax?
That was just me.
Okay.
He's muted still. Yeah, he's
all right. So we have a few in memoriams here. One of them is Ken Spears. Found out today or yesterday. Who was the co-creator of Scooby-Doo. Passed away.
Oh damn! How old was he?
82.
Okay, that's up there, but it's like okay, yeah, I guess. Like, I mean, because I'm not trying to be like a guy, but like to me, like if you hit like your 80s and 90s, it's like okay, that's a solid lifespan or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Especially if you hit your 90s.
Yeah, pretty much all of these. But they're like legendary. People.
Exactly. Like Sean Connery.
Yeah, Sean Connery. He was 90.
Yeah, see, so he was just like that's a victory line. It's just like, oh, what killed Sean Connery? Life. There you go. He was 90.
Yeah. I can't believe the last movie I saw that he was in was Sir Billy. Was Saber's review.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
That's all good, man.
That's all right. We were talking about Sean Connery and how the last movie I saw with him in it was Sir Billy.
Yeah, Sean.
He was 90, so again, that was a victory lap.
Long life.
Yep.
And then the final in memoriam here is Alex Trebek.
Yeah, that was sad. That was kind of sad.
I was hopeful that he'd pull it off.
Damn.
Was it the cancer?
Yes.
Pancreatic cancer.
Okay.
Which is like
got
past
it
then.
Yeah.
He said he put up a fight and then they caught it relatively like it wasn't at the worst stage, but still pretty advanced. But pancreatic cancer is like there's still a few cancers that feel almost like a death sentence, like brain or pancreatic. And yeah, he lost. It sucks because he seemed like he was truly a genuine good person and one of the best game show hosts of all time. Rest in peace.
I saw a comment where it's like Alistair Beck proved that you could be nice and still bully nerds.
It's true.
Because there's that clip of that woman that says like, oh yeah, I'm into nerdcore and stuff, and like Alistair Beck so is like, so it's for losers.
That's funny. Those for losers. Fuck yeah, dude.
One last thing here that I wanted to go over since Saber came back was that Patrick McHale says that he has plans for a spiritual successor to Over the Garden Wall.
It better be anthology and not like, I mean, if it's spiritual, so that's already good. But
yeah.
But like, yeah, I just hope that it, I don't know, because I look at Over the Garden Wall and I'm like, that's perfect. Like, don't bring back Greg or any of these characters. Just leave it alone. If you're gonna do something, a spiritual successor, make it like completely original.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So that's all the topics. So let's go into Q&A. We already have a few super chats here. So if you'd like to ask questions, we have super chats, or you could also ask us on Twitter. So let's go over the super chats first. From Del18, what's your experiences with the game show genre?
I don't know what that means.
I am experienced.
I mean, I've never been on one.
I have watched quite a few.
I guess technically it's a game show. We've done Who's Line stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say it's like it's not a game.
Well, it's a game and it's a show.
Yeah.
Does that mean all girls?
Except for it's a game. It's a game show where the points don't matter.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have some news for you people right now.
Today, Linda actually jacks his girlfriend. Dang.
You are all my boyfriends, whether you like it or not.
Boy, we about to fight.
Okay. Let's go, bro.
Lose, hero.
I will bring a gun. No, okay.
I'll bring mine. Okay.
Yeah, I like them. Oh, well, like, I don't like Family Feud anymore because I don't like Steve Harvey. And I don't like Family Feud anymore because, like, all the questions are so... Look, it's a family show. At least it used to be. And all the questions are so lewd now. And I'm just like, oh, this is weird to watch with my family. I don't like this anymore. Like, it used to be, like, out of the top 100 people surveyed, name something red when you wake up on a Tuesday or something stupid like that. This is some wholesome
My dick!
Right. And now it's just like, out of the top 100 people surveyed, name something your lady wears for you when she's feeling smitten. It's like, oh my God, like, please, my mom's here. Like, I don't like it. I don't. Every other question now. Yeah. But game shows are fun. I am terrible at trivia. Jeopardy, I think I've gotten like 2 answers like ever in Jeopardy. Game is hard. How do people learn trivia, dog? Like, how?
It's like that Rugrats episode where they spend all day looking through like previous ones of like, okay, so they go through various like stages. Like they have like, because there's actually like a whole Jeopardy book that you can look through with like stuff that covers like all the topics that they could potentially cover. So like then people will just study and just as long as they can get the majority of them, then they'll be able to, do well. Like, remember that one dude on, what was it, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? That was like so boss, where he was just like, I'm going to call my dad. Hey, Dad, I'm about to win $1 million. It's just like, oh, that was the most boss moment in freaking TV history.
Yeah. Damn. Snark.
See, Edit Man has a few here that we'll go over. Says, just to add something from a question from the last podcast, remember Jack's Dragon Ball came back because Dragon Ball Evolution sucks.
Fuck, I don't care. Yeah, it's fucking god awful. Yeah, fuck that movie. I fucking hate all of it. You know what? Battle of Gods was decent. and then Resurrection F was ass, and then Dragon Ball Super Broly was amazing. So I'll give it that. But still, it should be in the dirt right now. All right, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enigma Prince asking, if each of you were to make a game show, what would it be called? What would the games be? And what would be your runner-up and grand prize?
It would be Jack's Tracks, and you have to go through an obstacle course that I designed, and then you get money, and then whoever gets second place gets protein powder. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I'm gonna make a trivia game about video games because that's all I know well enough to like.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like something like that.
I give out my prizes would be Little Samson for the NES, $1,500 prizes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mine.
I don't know what it would be called though.
Saber.
What were you saying?
Yeah, caught up. Mine would be called Boobs or Butts, and
I like both.
6 porn stars, and if you answer all the trivia questions right, you get to sleep with one of them. But 3 of them have STDs. So
Can one of them be Gianna Michaels? Stupid.
Jack's played. Knowing the name of a porn star, Jesus.
There's Gianna Michaels, Rachel Starr, Jaden James, Jenna James, Riley Reid.
I legit don't think I could name one. Damn. Not even one.
I can name like a.
Who's like the most popular? You know what? This is a discussion for not now.
But the most popular one now, like depending, like you know that song Mia Khalifa. So if you just said that, like she's an X one, so that counts. Mia Khalifa.
Then we have a few from Edit Man in a row.
RGGT.
Yeah. There's nothing big, but Square Enix has lost 48 million because of Marvel's Avengers lackluster sales. Yeah. Also, what games are you getting this month? Yeah, that's unfortunate, Morales. But also kind of like I'm kind of like thinking to myself because of just the way they made that game. Yeah.
Ryan, you're weird. Stupid.
Yeah, like I said, the game I'm getting this month is Sakuna Bryson Ruin. I'm getting it tomorrow, and I'm excited.
I'm hopefully getting the Miles Morales. Well, I am getting the Miles Morales game. I just hope everything goes smoothly with my PS5. So,
I'm getting a lot of stuff this month for both for me and also just to review. Because I'm getting PS5 on Thursday with Miles Morales, Demon's Souls. I'll get Bugsnax because the PlayStation Plus you get it automatically. And then see, Astro's Playroom is already like pre-installed on the PS5. I'm getting Sackboy, A Big Adventure, and then there's 2 Switch games I'm getting this month, which are Kingdom Hearts, Melody of a Memory, and then Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. So November is always crazy for games.
True that.
Then let's see. This other one from Edit Man saying favorite voice actors / actresses of all time.
Laura Bailey.
Honestly, probably Tabitha St. Germain is one of my favorites ever. Lady is ridiculously talented.
Oh, you know what? A new one that I'm actually starting to appreciate a lot is Keith Ferguson, because that motherfucker's chameleon. I had no fucking idea
he's very versatile.
Yeah, like this isn't a diss on like other voice actors or anything like that, but like you know, with like certain other voice actors, like they're great voice actors, but you can always hear like a little twinge.
Yeah, it's like I can always tell if it's Tom Kenny. Like
yeah, I can always tell if it's like Tara Strong or something like that, and it's just like with him, it's just like I had no fucking clue crossover at all.
Acting though, if you can tell, as long as their performance is good.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. As long as they perform good, it's good. Like there's a lot that are for Great Delisle where I'm like, it takes me a minute where it's like, oh yeah, that's Great Delisle.
Yeah. Yeah, like in Kipo, like she shows a lot. And this isn't Diz. I love Grey DeLisle. She's a phenomenal actress. And it's just like, there every now and then she's like, oh yeah, that's Grey. That's Grey.
Excuse me, did you mean Grey Griffin?
Grey DeLisle. Yeah, Grey Griffin DeLisle. Grey Griffin.
Then this one from Editman saying, what are your thoughts on the 7th gen console/games? This was the generation of DLC, shovelware, Japanese games trying to appeal to the West, engine problems like Unreal 3, and PS3 being difficult to code for. Let's see, my thoughts on this 7th generation. That was the generation where I just graduated high school. Or was about to.
Wait, generation? Wait, which was the 7th again?
360, Wii, and PS3.
Oh, right, that one. 360 was really good. The Wii was not. I thought the Wii was awful.
I thought the Wii was.
I'm sure you did.
I mean, there's a lot of hidden gems on the Wii. Also, there's a lot of hidden gems on the PS3 too. PS3 has a lot of great stuff. Look,
yeah,
but 360 was like the default for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's where all the fighting games were.
Despite at one point having a 50% failure rate, they rushed that console out.
Godlike.
Yeah. So yeah. People were like, "Oh yeah, 360 was great. It had a lot of great games. Not great hardware though. The hardware sucked."
Right.
Let's see. And then last one from Editman saying, "Jax, what girls would you love to be buffed up and busty?"
What girls do I want to be buffed up and busty?
Yeah.
Everyone. All around. Everyone. There.
Like this answer is coming.
Yeah, exactly. They just improve everything. There you go. What, you wanted something else? Fuck you. Okay.
You asked for my opinion and I gave it to you.
Yeah, exactly.
And then from Riddle of Lightning saying, do you like draws? Yes, I do.
Like underwear?
No, draws. Like
yeah,
drawing.
that's what we call draws in our house.
Drawings.
Boy, put your drawers on. That's what my parents call them, underwear shit like that.
So yeah, Riddle of Lightning has posted quite a few drawings on Twitter.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good on him.
And then Calico Plus, the last super chat here, says, is there a DVD or Blu-ray collection of an animated series that is your favorites or you thought was really well done?
Oh God, there's fucking, oh man, fuck. I really do. See, the thing is, there are certain Blu-rays over there that I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool, but I wish there was more to it. I love commentary. I just love listening to commentary on things, and that's one of the main reasons I get physical media is the commentary now. But it's just oh yeah, that was good. I like Avatar and my Spectacular Spider-Man one. Those ones are really fun Blu-rays.
All right, I'll go on Twitter here.
There was a good one under the main post. I can't find it. Shit.
There's a good, what, a question?
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, go ahead and find that one while I scroll through.
Do you guys remember that one episode of Dexter where it had the puppet pals wearing jeans? And it's I like my jeans, puppet pal Clem. They make me feel sexy.
Mm-hmm. Here it is. This one's from that's good. This one's from Major Mekazawa. And they said, are there any TV series that you feel you've outgrown as you've gotten older? Example, I really liked Foster's 2004, 2009 on Cartoon Network back in the day when I was a kid. But when I tried to rewatch it on Hulu a few years ago, the connection just wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, I felt that way about this one show called My Little Pony, where I realized.
I gotta think on this because there are a few because of course there's the obvious ones, like for instance like Street Sharks and Extreme Dinosaurs and Mighty Ducks, like those are all shows I was like, this is the fucking coolest thing ever. Then as an adult I'm like, what the fuck was I doing?
Is not that hot.
I haven't watched Biker Mice in a long time. I've rewatched that in forever.
Good.
Okay, so that was another action. There's a lot of action figure based shows like that where it's like, oh, this was the hypest thing as a kid, but now it's just I could say it. I should say it, but I'm not. Should I?
You should.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Okay, yeah. I mean, if I watch Dragon Ball without my nostalgia goggles, there's a lot of stuff where I can go, okay, there's a lot of like, what is going on here? This is kind of drag. This is like that. Like, because the thing is, like, there's this thing that I know.
Dragon
so
Ball
many
or
people
Dragon Ball
like,
Z?
No, Dragon Ball Z. I mean, yeah, Dragon Ball
Okay,
Z. Yeah, Dragon Ball.
Okay, I was because I was thinking, I was like, no,
Dragon Ball is
still good.
timeless.
Yeah,
Dragon Ball is timeless. Dragon Ball Z is good for most of it, but there's a lot of parts that drag. And then like there's just this thing I've noticed, like, because when I was watching through all the TMNT series a while back, like there's a lot of stuff that holds up in the 80s one, but then it like falls down. But I remember I used to love it. There's a lot of stuff that holds up in the 2003 one for 5 seasons, but then those 5 seasons start to dip. 2012 pretty consistent, and then like Rise is pretty good, but it's like there's a thing that we all do as people where we just have like this, you know, a personal bias or something. It's just like, oh, I love this so much. It's like, well, have you watched it without the nostalgia goggles on? And it's just like, oh, no, I haven't. I just watched it like that. Like that. I remember a lot of people on Twitter when I brought up All Grown Up, and I was just like, oh, All Grown Up's not all that. And they were like, what? That show's so good. Yeah. And I was just like, you need to rewatch it without the goggles on, my friend. And it's just like, yeah, there's just certain things. There are a lot of shows like that where some are timeless, some just don't hold up. But yeah, like I would say like there's a lot of things, and Dragon Ball to me is timeless. OG Dragon Ball's timeless. Dragon Ball Z still loved to death, and there's a lot of like awesome badass stuff in it, but there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, okay, yeah, if I watch this without my personal bias love, there's stuff in there where I'm just like, okay, yeah, no, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they exist though.
From John saying Dexter's Lab or Powerpuff Girls, and tell me why.
Powerpuff Girls, because the thing about Powerpuff Girls, in my opinion, I think I said this on Twitter last night, is like it's highly rewatchable, like Dexter's first 4 seasons. And the thing is, like both Powerpuff Girls and both Dexter had like later seasons that weren't as good as their predecessors. Yeah. But I would say Powerpuff Girls ones were still entertaining for the most part. There's a lot of stuff in later seasons of Powerpuff Girls where I can say like, oh, that's like 5 or 6 episodes I actually really like, even if it's not as good as it was before. Where with Dexter's later seasons, I was like, oh, what the fuck, bro? No, this is why? It's just like,
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Cartoon Network fanatic asking a question for Saber. Since you reviewed Scary Godmother, could you do one on all of the other reindeer sometime this holiday season?
Olive. Yeah, you gotta do that.
That's just funny.
That's why Katie renamed herself, because I mentioned that when we were watching like The Good Place, and then she was just like, "Oh my god, I love that movie," and I was just like, "Olive."
I can't recall.
You don't remember that movie about the dog who thought she was the other reindeer?
Oh yeah, I didn't like that.
No, okay. So see, there you go. Review.
Maybe we'll see.
And then another one from Cartoon Network fanatic saying thoughts on the Spider-Verse suit on the upcoming Spider-Man Miles Morales game. Yeah, it looks cool.
I think it looks cool, but like also I think like the whole thing where they make it glitchy, like the movie is kind of cool. But then I can see how that would be kind of annoying, like during
it's like
piece of gameplay.
It's like I kind of want my next gen experience to be 60 frames per second, so I'm not going to all use this all the time.
Exactly. So like I know for myself, I'm not going to use them out that one right away, just because like I am so OCD with like the suits in the game. Like I remember when I beat the freaking original Spider-Man for 2018 for PS4, I was just like, I was so arguing myself, like, would he wear this suit? Like, would he wear this Doc Ock suit after all he did? Like, I don't think he would. I should change the suit. And I was just like, I had a whole thing on my Twitch stream about that. I was just like, oh no. But
yeah,
looks cool. Looks cool. Can't wait for it.
Rigid Rat saying, have you heard the saying, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Can you prove them wrong by naming one thing that never stays in Vegas? Anytime Race records anything in Vegas.
STDs don't stay in Vegas. There you go.
Yeah. Let's see. From Nathaniel Foga, it says, "What are your guys' best/strangest Thanksgiving memories?"
Thanksgiving is usually like a really normal time. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have like any strange ways, or even like this, because it's like it's dinner.
This one time. Oh no, I can't talk about that on stream. Yeah, that's. I just. Yeah, no, I'm not supposed to talk about that. Okay, yeah, that's real. Yeah, no.
From Carl May, saying, "What is your favorite Adventure Time character?" Man,
Marceline.
I do like Marceline a lot.
I love Marceline. Ever since she came in and said, "Sorry, I don't treat you like a goddess," like that was the episode that made me go, she's my favorite.
I honestly don't think I know which one's my favorite, because I like all of them a lot. It might be Ice King.
Bubblegum.
Oh yeah, Bubblegum.
Yeah, you like Bubblegum.
Yeah, Princess Bubblegum.
There you go. Yeah, told you. Yeah, see, yeah. I know.
I do like all of them a lot, though.
Yeah, you like smart girls. There we go.
I think my favorite is Tree Trunks.
Tree Trunks, yeah.
Oh, come on now. Get this pie. I fucked a pig.
From Disco Elwood asking, did you guys watch the second half of Primal? What did you think? Good, bad, or meh? I haven't watched the second half
I need to finish it.
We'll definitely talk about it on the next podcast. We've got some drawings here from Riddle of Lightning. There's one of B saying pod time, Saber saying nap time.
Nice.
One with a Saber with Pikmin saying hello expendable children. One with me with American Pain or America Pain. Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff on here.
Nice.
Let's see. From Brandon King, says, what show do you think improved the most from its pilot, and what show do you think had a better pilot than the first episode?
Ooh, that's good. That's a good one. Show that had a really meh pilot but grew. Fuck.
There is something about like aesthetic changes too, or like animation changes, because I remember first seeing Miraculous Ladybug when it was in 2D, and it looked great, and then they moved to 3D. I was like, oh, I'm not as interested. Though I hear the show is still good. But the 2D like look of it before looks really great, and I'm disappointed that they didn't go with the 2D rather than.
Right. What? Oh my god, I'm blank. There's like, I know there's literally a few I've seen where I'm like, that first episode was just kind of meh, and then it grew. I didn't know it was good all the way through. I guess Samurai Jack in a way like went down, and only for 3 episodes.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about we're talking about pilots, not like first episode.
Oh, so pilots that were like bad?
Think about like the Adventure Time pilot, and then like the first episode.
So like Avatar: Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. pilot that was the Kids Next Door pilot. I thought that was just kind of okay, and then the show I liked, so I guess that's one. Powerpuff Girls multiple pilots.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
the Fuzzy
it did.
Lumpkins.
That had on the water cartoon show.
Yeah, where like Bubbles got her hair turned to a drumstick.
Yeah,
that was funny. Damn.
Yeah, most of the time, I think they do improve.
Yeah, exactly. Most of the time they
at least
improve.
the ones that I'm thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Bevan asking here says, "What do you think of the film 8 Crazy Nights?" I know that's one that you like.
Okay, so look, all right, people. I will openly admit I will never stand up for this movie. I will never, ever, ever stand up for this movie. But I fucking love 8 Crazy Nights. I don't know what it is. I think it's just because it reminds me of the Iron Giant, and then like aesthetically, and I love the songs. I know every song in that movie by heart. It makes me laugh. I know it's a shit movie. I will never stand up for it, but I love 8 Crazy Nights. I watch it every freaking Christmas. I love that movie.
I never stand up for it, but I fucking love this movie.
From the Amazing Webhead says, some guy made this post of wanting Spectacular Spider-Man back, and Greg Wiseman replied with a
smiley face.
Yeah, it says everyone's now assuming that there is now talks. Thoughts?
I saw that, and it got me like unnecessarily hyped, because the thing is, he has brought back so many of his shows and stuff like that, are hinting like, oh, he could bring them back. Like, for instance, Gargoyles could come back if people keep watching it on Disney Plus. And so it's just like, oh fuck, man, he brought back Young Justice. That's really cool. And so like the fact that he smiled and was just like, wait, what does that mean? What does that mean? Because if he can bring back all these others, like he's made it clear multiple times, it's not up to him to bring it back because Disney owns the animation for it. So like they would have to reach out to him and be like, hey, do you want to do Spectacular season 3 for Disney Plus? Or do you want to do what is it? Because Sony owns it, but they're working together now on a bunch of stuff. So it's just like, I feel we're in a good place where we could potentially get it back, which I really pray for. I really, really pray for, but it's just, it's too enticing. I really hope it gets through.
Ozzy asking, did you saw the trailer Onyx Equinox from Crunchyroll?
Yeah, we just watched it.
Yeah, I watched it earlier on the stream. Looks weird.
Looks like Kipo and Korra fighting each other.
Santo Celine asking, are you ready for Melody of Memory Friday? I hope you played the Remind DLC, because the story is going in deep to the point of meta. Yeah, I've played everything, so I even if I haven't remembered everything, I played everything. The thoughts on Go to Show Tiny Toons Littleverse? Yeah, we talked about that. Let's see, we talked about the Peanut specials not being TV last time.
Everybody cried about that, being like, it's the end of a tradition. I'm like, out of the 7 people who actually watch it, like
that still watch TV anymore.
Yeah, right. Boomers.
Let's see, thoughts on the Tom and Jerry trailer. Did we talk about that last time? I think we did.
There's a Tom and Jerry trailer?
Yeah, it was the one that leaked in France.
Oh yeah, the fucking Space Jam looking shit.
Yeah, I think we talked about it last time. See, Random Bun asking, what's your favorite convention vid? Convention video?
No, this one I did in a hotel room with these couple. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to talk about
God, Grace has so many, I don't even know anymore.
What was your favorite BronyCon hero? How about that?
It's okay.
13.
I enjoyed it when you guys came and supported me playing Tennis Fighting Herds. That was fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, that was 2018.
Yeah, Matt got loud.
Yeah, we were both yelling like, "Come on, dude! Fuck yeah!"
I was very focused, so I couldn't appreciate it at the time. But then I watched the video. I was like, "Oh!"
And then I got you pasta.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah, I I like most of the BronyCons. I like. So there you go.
I think BronyCon 2012 had a magic to it.
Yeah, that one was fun because we first met each other. We hated each other.
That was
hated you guys.
Yeah,
like thinking back to it, it was like this venue was very weird compared to like everything else we've been to.
How you doing?
Very weird.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, and the Fire Nation attacks, and then Paleo slapped that woman, and then all that other shit. I'm joking.
Yeah, where when Paleo attacked that one mom.
Yeah, fucking like got his hair and just started strangling. That's crazy.
All right, that's all I have on my mentions here. Unless y'all have anything else.
Let me look. Let's see.
Otherwise, we don't have any more super chats, and
put more super chats in, people.
We have next podcast will be on the 23rd. Yeah, 23rd. Right before American Thanksgiving, and a couple weeks after the consoles come out, the new consoles, which are this week. Tomorrow is Xbox, and Thursday is PlayStation. So there's going to be a lot of coverage on that. I'm going to be doing a lot of that on my gaming channel, which you can see in the description of the video. And also, if you've ever missed a podcast, subscribe to the POS Podcast channel, which is also in the description. So if in case you missed this live stream, you can always watch it on there. So, you guys have anything to say before we sign off?
And get money.
Yeah. Get money, get paid.
Be healthy.
Get money, get paid.
Be happy.
Be happy.
Be happy. Get money.
Be happy. Yeah, get money. Get happy.
All right. We'll see you guys on the 23rd. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh my God.
Bye.